Well, for more now, we're joined by Kinkade. She's a nurse with the Hellenic Red Cross who's currently on the wildfire front lines. Vasiliki, good to have you with us. So hundreds of firefighters battling this blaze, dozens of aerial bombers. Describe the situation where you are right now.
Good afternoon. Here in Greece is 9:30 right now. I was in a position now that I was intended to talk to you, but unfortunately we have to evacuate the place because it's really dangerous. The situation is really very difficult at the moment. The fire is enormous. It's in the suburbs of Athens right now. Our volunteers and all the staff of Hellenic Red Cross are operating from the first moment of the outbreak of this enormous fire in the Varnavas region. And constantly we're on the side of the firefighters and the citizens who are fighting the flames in the suburbs of Athens and other areas of Attica.
And I understand you are one of the hundreds of first responders going door to door, asking people to evacuate. Are people heeding those warnings, or are you finding some resistance, people that want to stay back and try and save their property?
We find the resistance, unfortunately, because the people, they don't want to leave their properties. It is really very difficult. But our specially trained teams of Samaritans rescuers, they go from door to door from the very first moment. And we're trying to persuade the people to tell them how important it is to move from there and leave space to the firefighters to do their job the best they can.
The mayor of the historic town of Marathon warned that people are facing a biblical catastrophe. From a health perspective, what has been the biggest impact so far?
Most of the cases that we have dealt with so far are shortness of breath, watery eyes, minor burns from the constant battle and the flames, and minor injuries because some trees are falling on the firefighters' arms sometimes. And we're trying from the first moment in order to address all the needs that they're out there in the field.
Wildfires in Greece during summer are not unusual, but we are hearing from climate scientists who say that global warming making these fires much more fierce. How would you describe this fire season compared to what you've seen in years gone by?
It's the first time that we see like that. The fire is really enormous in a lot of areas. In the suburbs of Athens, the capital, for the first time, we never faced such fires inside of Athens. It's really very close to areas that are in the suburbs of Athens. And really, from the first moment, we have so many areas that they are affected that we cannot believe it. We see it in the field and we can't believe it. Anything else this year.
And not only are you evacuating residents, but 2 hospitals, a children's hospital and a military hospital, have been evacuated, 2 monasteries, a children's home also evacuated. Where are all these people going?
They're going in the kids that they were in the hospital, they went in the other children's hospitals, the same with the people that they were in the hospital, in the military hospital. All of them, they were moved in other hospitals in the capital, that they're safe. And for the people that they are evacuating their homes, they are big areas that they're on social media that the state has opened in order to accommodate them.
All right, we wish you all the best. Kinkade, a nurse on the front lines of those wildfires in Greece. Thanks so much for your time and all the best.
Thank you very much.
We have some news just into us. Hamas says its fighters have shot and have killed a male Israeli hostage, and they've injured 2 female hostages in separate incidents. Now, the militant group says its fighters had been assigned to guard the hostages, and attempts are being made to save the lives of the 2 who were wounded. CNN has reached out to the Israeli authorities for comment. We will continue to track this story and bring you the latest as we get it.